Okay, do 1, 2, 3 clap.
Not sure. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, perfect. We didn't really have a topic planned for today. Well, because like Pop is again sleeping, and we were just gonna do like journal as usual. But I think we can do it, you guys. I think we can pick a topic, and the first one at hand is incest. Is it okay? Yes or no? And what do we think?
Maybe I should have just stayed home for today. I shouldn't have come to this podcast, Kataman.
Hi.
Now.
Don't say that. We love you here.
Thomas, can we interview you? Would you get mad if we did that?
No.
Because I have genuine questions.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I like making things about myself, so I'd appreciate it.
Okay, how does it feel to have...
Be this sexy? It must be hard for you, Thomas.
To be big and sexy? Did you just call me big?
Wait.
To be this sexy is what I said.
Oh, okay.
I have a running gag that I want Thomas to be Sheen Halsey. I'll put it on screen.
Okay. Okay. Let's rewind that. Let's not do that. I don't want to be her. But you know what? I feel like I would want to be as thick as her because it does look fun. But like, I don't want to be like, I want to be skinny thick.
What does that mean?
Where like what's her name? Jessie? Jessie? The K-pop idol?
No. Oh,
you know,
no.
Wait,
we're
I think I know who you're talking about.
We're like, they're super like, they have the Korean diet, like the Korean idol diet. But then she just for some reason got a BBL on top of that.
Yeah.
That's so me. That's actually so me.
She sang that song. What is it? It's like
Wait a goddamn minute.
How does it go? Like take a pic or something? It's about selfies.
Zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah, zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah, I'm a Jessie stan. Unfortunately,
I'm so sorry.
I know it's pretty bad for me. But and it's a big one, and it's a BBL one. I just don't like that I look so close to Sheehan Halsey, and I think it's just because of the hair and the face shape.
Yeah, but why? Like, she's not ugly. She's pretty.
Yeah, but like, it's... I don't know. I'm just like, maybe it's just because of her as a person. I'm like, I could look like her, sure, but I would want to bring my personality, not hers.
Not hers. But we watched her video where she's like, you gotta do you, you gotta be you. I don't know. She was a confidence activist. I was activated when she was giving me the confidence. So you were
activated?
Activated.
I had a different response, but I'm glad you were activated.
Like that. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
you. Yes, I.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so Mint had audio issues, but we're back now. We were talking about Thomas looking like Sheen Halsey.
Yeah, we could move on.
Why did you start calling her that?
Sheehan Halsey, because that's what the internet was calling her. So I just know her by Sheehan Halsey. Well, that's what TikTok was calling her. Because she went to Sheehan and she looks like Halsey.
I don't see it.
And you think you look like Halsey?
I just think if you see a picture of Halsey right now, like, yes, she looks like Halsey. I feel like a lot of people look like Halsey.
Like after the pregnancy?
Halsey was pregnant?
Extremely.
Yes. Oh. I don't keep up with her, so I don't really know.
No. Well.
The last song I liked from her was that Without Me song? Was it Without Me or Without You?
That was like before the Trump administration.
Oh. No, that was 2019.
It was?
Well, see, now I'm confused. Okay, you know what? Let me do some research.
Let's Google, mama. Speaking of Shein, somebody, I'm not going to say who, but somebody in this call recommended I order clothes from there because I was talking about how I only have like 4 shirts to wear for the podcast. And guys,
can we see this one you're wearing?
This is just a Lion King shirt. I got this when I...
Oh, wait, that's pretty.
When I was going to Disney, I was like, I need a theme shirt, so I got this one.
It was 2019 Without Me. That's what it's called.
We don't need to see that chocolate. We know.
So that was
just
still...
a black shirt. There's nothing going on.
That was mid-Trump administration.
So what are your thoughts on Trump?
Where were you
Who?
January 6th, Thomas?
I was there.
Oh,
At the rally?
how do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you doing?
Stuff that should put me on
Holding the door open for the people.
I was helping. I was a part of the crew.
Do you guys ever feel like
Which crew?
do you guys
White
ever
House
feel
crew
like,
or the Visitor crew?
No, I can't be saying this. I'm just kidding. FBI, Secret Service. I can't be saying
I was
this.
literally about to say, like, do you guys ever feel like you can't say certain things because you're afraid that if you say
that might
something,
be
it'll
one of
come
them.
back and bite you in the ass? Like, if you say something.
Oh yeah, that was like the majority of my social media career after I got canceled. I was like, I can't be saying this stuff anymore. And then it was like really annoying because I had to filter myself, and I hate filtering myself because I'm super funny and interesting and so quirky and unique. And so like when I everyone agrees, yeah, shake your head.
Everyone shake your head. Mention
And
it.
I have to agree because
Personality.
I have to agree because of the mermaid makeup thing that we talked about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Choco got a free. Oh, we can't talk about it, but Choco got. Oh wait, we did talk about it on the podcast already.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that as if I got it, bestie. I'm just.
They haven't
waiting
even
for
emailed me
updates.
back.
Oh,
Literally.
Emailed me back. I think they changed their email or something, but I emailed
Maybe.
them. Maybe
That's
I could
fine.
follow up with them or something. But
Maybe
I
the influence just isn't there anymore.
it's probably that part. But I'm gonna get it back. I'm working on it. I'm manifesting it. I'm putting energy into it. I'm putting good vibes into it. I feel like I had a wake up call recently where I was like, you know what? I have
Why did you say
been way
that?
too hard on myself. I've been really too.
Because it's
you
too
know,
late, Mint. There's no point.
True. It is too late for Pob. Unfortunately, we killed him. If anyone's
Pob's-
wondering.
Yeah,
That's
Pop's
listening.
messaging. He's like, just woke up. We were supposed to record like an hour ago or something. Like
Or
the thing with Pob is that we're waiting for him or we're waiting for Mint, and by the time either of them are able to get on,
why am I in it?
the other one can't do it. So
Yeah.
it's either too early for Mint or too late for Pob, or too late for Pob and too early for Mint. Like it's some kind of, they're horrible. Like what is it with Gen
It's
Z?
just like, you know what it is? It's Mercury's in retrograde.
That's not in
I
retrograde
ended-
anymore, Mama. You can come up with
So what's
something
your
else.
excuse now, huh?
Uranus?
Of
That is still
course.
retrograde.
Oh, I love science.
Mint gave me a
Let's talk
reading.
about astrology.
Pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Mint, you did my reading the other day. You gave us readings, remember?
Oh yeah, I've been
Yeah.
practicing my my tarot reading.
How correct was it? How
Well,
I mean, I
much
didn't
did
say
it
it was
hit the
good. I
mark?
just said I did it.
yeah.
Thomas
I'm
was
not-
there.
I thought the information that was provided to me was very accurate.
Accurate.
I think my favorite reading was Edge's. Not because I have any clue what was going on. I just loved Thomas' reaction afterwards because she just wanted to die. It was so funny.
Like, I don't know
Oh.
if Edge will mind us talking about him, so I'd rather just not. Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say there
It
was
was
a
funny.
reading that happened, and Thomas went through a lot. How would you describe? Well, let's ask a more general question. What?
Okay.
How does it feel to? Because you do a lot of readings, and for anyone that doesn't know, Thomas does astrology, tarot readings.
Tarot mediumship, yes.
After
yes,
you're
yeah.
like drained like that, what do you do? Like, because obviously after that happened, you could go in there and laugh with us, but like, you just
Well, see,
sit
the thing
alone
is,
with it?
not a lot of I don't have many clients that fully drain me because I typically
Mhm.
provide or practice boundaries and protection when I do readings for people. But there was something about a specific client recently that really truly drained. It's when I know someone that's getting a reading from me and they actively are choosing not to take the advice. It's almost like you're wasting my time and you wasted your money. So it's like this was just a waste in general. So I don't
It was me.
I don't appreciate I don't always appreciate when people book me and then they don't really like I guess like I shouldn't be upset by it because I get paid regardless, but I don't do it. I don't do it for the money because I typical astrologers, typical tarot readers and mediumships, they'll charge over $100. I charge $50 if that. And that and that's for 1 hour one-on-one. I don't do this for the money. I do it because I genuinely love helping people and helping them get on the right track in life. And I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I didn't go to college for that. This is my way of helping people the best way that I know how. And when people come to me and ask me for advice, I'm genuinely working my ass off to make sure that I can help them and help them be on a right track and right path. And when I get a client that's just like, yeah, I hear you, but anyway, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm like, well, what was the point? What was the reason? And that's where I get like, I'll leave. And I can feel that right away. Like it's not hard to catch. I appreciate like Grim's one of my clients, and he's genuinely, after 3 sessions, has done a complete 180 in his attitude and how he approaches his life. He came to me. I don't know if you have a problem with me saying this, but he came to me completely like defeated, almost borderline suicidal, and now he's like completely doing very well. Like he's doing well, and I think it's because he applies my advice. I don't just give people advice for the sake of, for shits and giggles. I put myself in their shoes. I go in like energy. I talk to their spirit guides. I pull tarot. Like I do the full fucking 9. So it's not like I'm just like, yeah, girl, you should like love yourself and just take care of yourself and do like a spiritual cleanse bath, like these other fucking people that do these readings. I actually want to help people. Yeah. So it really bothers me. This was an ad, and this was paid for.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mint.
Chuckle, why did you laugh when Thomas said I was suicidal? What's going on?
No, because you always do. I wasn't laughing at you being suicidal. That's not what's going on. I just remembered all our talks about suicide and just how we like deal with it, a joke about it to like deal with it, and it just made me smile. There was wrong timing for smiles. I agree with that. So sorry.
Please ignore Choco. They're non-binary. They don't understand.
Oh, speaking
I was just gonna ask Thomas. How does one get an appointment for
binary?
Well, I'm not really taking. I'll take like clients that I've done readings for, but like new clients I'm not really taking because I am so busy. With like, because I have a job that I'm eventually going to.
A job and a half.
I let's just say I do more at my work than I need to, and I don't get paid enough, and that's just that on that. And I am eventually going to phase myself out of this and get back into social media in a different way. And I know I've been saying that for like 3-4 years now, but there's been a lot going on with me on a deeper level that people don't really understand and people won't be able to comprehend.
This is kind of your soft launch coming onto this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, this is like, I haven't done anything on social media genuinely in months, and actually people haven't actually gotten to know me or know who I am now in maybe 5 years. Like ever since I got that situation with Jeffree Star in 2018, I have completely like secluded myself and removed myself, and anytime I would come on camera, it would not be genuine at all. Like I became the person that I thought people wanted me to be, and what would keep me away from people just ridicule. And regardless, it didn't help because people would still lie about me, still make up things, still try to cause shit with me. And it's just like, that is the game of social media, and I've had to learn to desensitize myself to it. And now as I've gotten older, and I think it really required me to get older and like experience life, and also to understand that what people say about me is none of my business and isn't true. If it's not true, then it's not true. I don't need to explain myself and pretend that I don't have to do any of that like weird shit. Like I can just be myself and let people eat rocks about it. Like it's not like I don't really give a fuck what someone thinks about me, because I like who I am. I'm like who I'm becoming. I'm going to keep doing what the fuck I want to do. I know my intentions are good, so if people don't see that, then that's their business, not mine. So I'm coming back. It's going to be a slow process, and it's going to require a lot of effort and a lot of time, and it's probably not going to be as rewarding as it once was right away, but I do know that eventually it's going to be up there again. I know that I'm sickening enough for it.
I mean, did you hear all that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just didn't relate to I just didn't relate to the part that liking yourself. So
okay. Man, sometimes, and I've said this to him before, like when he first started talking to us, it felt like I was finally talking to a real person. But even now, man, sometimes I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? Like everything's a bit.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just like I have like such a big following that like if I say something wrong, they're gonna catch me.
It's a big following, the voices in your head.
Yeah. I told Graham this the other day. I was like talking to myself in my head, and then out loud I said, "Don't correct me." Out loud to myself. And that freaked me the fuck out.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's over.
That was your Pearl moment.
He's going insane. Love that.
Oh my god,
that scared me.
We need to watch Pearl with Thomas. Like,
no,
you don't want to watch that movie, but why?
Yes, you do.
I just don't. I have to. Because now I'm going to seem like an asshole. But when things are super popular, I'm like,
no. Okay, this is ADHD talking. That's what this is. I can't. I'm like, there's some things I'm like, yeah, I get why this is popular, and then and then also the company that makes it is also the company that makes Euphoria. So I'm like A24 or something like that. Yeah, and I'm just like, and then they're the ones that also made the Weekend show. HBO.
HBO, that's HBO, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Euphoria.
A24
A24 is not.
A24 just does a lot of production for HBO right now. HBO.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but they also do their own private. They're a production company. They don't really have like a license or a contract with any network. They just produce for companies.
I see.
So when I just don't like the stories that they're telling at all. Like at the fuck all. They're really cringe to me, and they're super like.
Okay,
they could be highlighting other things.
Give us an example.
Well, Euphoria is just like teenagers fucking.
Yeah,
and it's weird
at all.
Like that's weird. Then the Weekend series was just like a woman being just like abused by Hollywood.
A24 though, like.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, it's but I'm also just like, they're the ones that produce it. They're the ones that are paying for it, that are making it happen.
Yeah, so
I'm watching the wrong things.
I think you should be watching Pearl.
Maybe I'll give it a
chance. I remember last time Graham got mad at me because he's like, I was trying to explain that it was a prequel, but it came out after.
I know what a prequel is. I know what a prequel is. You said that there was a movie before it, and I was like, why didn't we watch that one first?
That came out first. So
it didn't. Pearl came out first, and then the other one came out.
Pearl came out after X.
Then that's not a prequel. Pearl is the prequel.
Yes, it is because the movie is out the events before.
Well, aren't they doing a prequel to Hunger Games now? After the
a prequel.
I'm still right.
Is when a movie that already exists, right? It gets something, and they explain the beginning part. Does that make sense? So Pearl would have had to be released first for X to be a prequel.
But it still is a prequel that came out after.
You know what? Let's not talk about it anymore. Fuck you. It's too much.
Do you agree, Thomas? Right?
She's never seen Pearl. She can't.
Oh yeah, she didn't. Bitch.
I don't.
You have to see
I just don't have like this itch to watch it.
I didn't.
I feel like it's gonna change.
Like I have the itch to watch Into the Spider-Verse, the second movie.
I've never seen any.
You haven't seen it?
They're so good. They're my favorite. Like, I love Spider-Man. I'm not a Marvel person like that either.
I don't know. You know what's funny? Grim said he doesn't like it, but he looks like the person who would.
You know what? Gag. That's gag. That's a gag right there.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
You look like the type of person that'd have like figurines and shit.
You don't play about Comic-Con, girl.
Bitch,
you did the exact same facial expression as the chicken.
You know he runs GameStop at the Navy, girl.
Man, you know what? You look like you don't play about. You need a fucking horse brush for that fucking mane on the top of your head. That's what you need to worry about, bitch.
You know what?
Oh
You're
my
right.
God,
Some under eye concealer at that. Let's fix those dark circles, mama.
Oh
Leave me
my God.
I'm sorry.
The way Mitch shrinks.
You know what?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Choco,
I'm kind of feeling that.
I was gonna ask Choco something. We need to watch Barbie movie. You haven't seen it, right?
Yes. No,
It's
I
on
haven't.
digital
Because every
now.
time you guys start watching, it's like
Oh,
3 a.m. my
digital.
time.
We'll watch it after.
Is this a safe
if you have time? Of course.
Yeah, sure. Gurm asked me to talk about this
I love
yesterday, so let me mention this before I forget.
It was
So-
trauma dumping, Choco.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh.
No, go ahead,
Well, fair
man.
enough.
Okay, Choco.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I
Choco.
just love it.
Choco, go ahead.
So a couple of days ago, I was in. I'm not gonna dox myself. I was meeting up with
Yeah.
friends to eat
Okay.
Korean food for the first time, and I missed my last bus, and I didn't want to wait at the train station all night because there are already so many weird people during the day, and at night I might actually get murdered. So
Okay,
I just
I think you're on the other end.
I was going to say, Mint or Thomas, do you think? I don't know. Maybe it's because I never wait at train stations ever. Like, is it really that unsafe? Is it really that weird?
Do I look
I
like I
don't-
stop at trains?
I don't know, girl. You lived in
Yeah.
LA for a while.
I have never. I've had a car the
It has
whole time.
trains.
I mean, I took the subway in New York City when I would stay in New York City,
I think I've taken the train more than you now that you say that.
but the
I
subway
took
is
the
just
train.
hot. And the subway.
our train
It's
station is a
really
little bit more dangerous than like some others because we have a lot of, and I'm not saying this, like I'm just paraphrasing here.
Ethnic.
There are a lot of immigrants there, so that's why it's so dangerous.
Anyway.
So I'm just, yeah, that's like people's excuse, but there really are weird people there,
Mhm.
and
So black people.
But you didn't want to wait there. Obviously, that's what you're saying.
I just didn't want to wait because, yeah, I'm scared. I don't want people talking to me
But
when I'm alone,
what
especially.
did you do afterwards? Because that was what was shocking to me.
So I decided instead of waiting till like 4 a.m. for the next bus, I would just take a train to the town next to ours and walk the mountain up to my town because that seemed safer to me. So yeah, that's what I did. And
But that's
Mountain?
insane. Yeah, Choco lives like at the top of a fucking hill. Like, if you guys have ever
Yeah.
seen Ponyo, you know how they live at the top of the hill.
Love
'cause they ran the-
Ponyo.
Choco runs a lighthouse in their fucking village. That's what Choco's doing.
it's true. But like on the way, I met a black cat on the street. It was super cute. And then
a black person.
no, I don't think there are any in my town. I don't think I've ever seen one. But then so shortly before I arrive at my like apartment, I like look over at the street and I see a white cat, and I like bent down and started doing pss, pss, pss to make it like come to me. And when I adjusted my glasses, I saw that it was like a cutout of a dog shitting on the lawn. I was so embarrassed. I like speed walked the rest of the way home because I hope nobody saw me. But who has a cutout of that on their lawn?
You also ran
Why?
into a black cat, which I told Choco immediately that cat was sent out there to protect me.
It's
Black
true.
cats.
That's why I sat in the middle of the
What?
street.
I thought they were evil.
No,
that's superstition.
No.
that stems from Christianity
Yeah.
and them
I
thinking
love
everything's
God.
demonic.
It to
We
be
need to
thinking
do-
that.
We need to do a witchcraft episode. I think we need to talk about
Yes,
that,
maybe around October,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Halloween-ish.
which is very cliche, but I guess we can do it.
We can do
We
it.
already have a witch here.
Ooh.
I saw a TikTok today that was like this lady holding a baby, and she's like, "We're Christian, so we don't celebrate Halloween, but we decided to dress up and have fun this year." Everybody was like, that's literally Halloween. That's
Man.
literally Halloween."
That's
Amanda, I have a question for you.
Oh my god.
Me?
Yeah, I have a
Not
question
you.
for you. Do you ever like look happy?
No.
meant. Okay.
There you
I thought you
go.
were gonna ask me something else.
Keep that smile on your face, girl. You need to leave that there. You.
You're telling me to
I
smile?
was about to say, have you ever had a customer tell you smile more?
I would punch that customer.
No,
You
know
have
what it is?
such a mean resting bitch face. I'm like,
I
oh my
know,
god,
I
he's
can't
gonna
help
kill
it. I'm
me.
sorry.
You look like you're gonna kill somebody. It's crazy.
Don't apologize.
I
Because of your
remember.
face.
No apologize.
No.
I felt uncomfortable.
Oh, fuck
Okay.
you then.
Just kidding.
No, I'm saying like my manager is always like, just smile more and look more happy. The fuck is
What?
that?
That's my
Wait,
live
show again.
reaction.
Was that me?
No. it's
Evil.
live-
Oh, I thought you edited.
It's his live
live
reaction.
Oh,
I flipped my camera.
I just can't help it.
So you guys see me how I think I see me? I don't know how it works.
Oh, we see
Anyways.
you.
Oh, don't worry, man. You need to kill yourself.
You take up the whole cam. We see you. You're
Thank
sorry.
Damn.
I had to.
Guys,
It was right there.
Chaco will be the nicest person to you, and then they say something to you, and you're like, "Where has that been? Like, why have you been holding that?"
You know
back?
what it is? I look mean, but I'm actually nice, and then Choco looks nice and is a bitch. That's what it is.
You're nice.
But that's how I show
You're
my
nice?
love. Okay.
Wait a minute. Pause.
Okay, we're not gonna
because
skip over that.
Ever since Thomas joined the
I don't know what
Discord,
you're talking about.
she's been uncovering people. Like Thomas has this thing where they bring out like people's true nature, and it wasn't until Thomas joined that I noticed that Mint really is a fucking bitch. Because
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like,
I don't know.
Like Thomas was like, "Damn, you can hold a fucking grudge," and I'm like, "He can hold a grudge." Like I never fucking noticed that. And then Pob isn't here, but I also realized that Pob and you guys don't know Death, but he's basically like, hi Death, shout out to Death. He's another hetero man in our Discord.
Unfortunately,
Besides me.
I thought they were
or
so
Stragget.
different. Yeah, Stragget. And then I realized I had like a realization that no, they're the exact same person. It's just they're saying different shit, but they're just talking. Like Pob can talk so much and say nothing, and Death does the same fucking thing.
Well, see, this is what I said. I said there's two different types of Gemini. There's the fairy pixie dream girl, cottagecore Gemini, and then there's the James Charles Gemini. And I said Death and Pob are the James Charles Gemini. And that's how I made it make sense to me, because they act the same, they talk the same. They're also like, well, we don't have to dive into it, but like there's the James Charles
No, we
Gemini.
can dive into it. Pob had a James Charles era on Twitch. Everyone here remembers that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I remember.
Oh, 2019 must have been rough for Pob.
Oh, I think he wasn't a fan. He just adopted like his mannerisms, and he would say hi sisters like to his Twitch chat, but I don't know if it was ironic or not.
I don't think it was ironic. I think Pob gives me like James Charles fan
but I
energy.
feel like he still played a little bit into it, because every time he played Overwatch, people would be like, "Oh, you sound like James Charles," and he just play on it.
He would get really offended.
It was just me typing that.
Thank you, man.
I don't think that was his chat being nice to him.
No, it wasn't the chat. It was like the other people in the Overwatch team. People.
Yeah, because he would speak in voice chat to get reactions.
Because Pob would say that he hated being compared to James Charles, so nobody in chat really did that.
Oh.
Except for me.
Were you in his chat ever?
I hate you, man.
Yes, I was. I was there like every stream. I was a mod.
Mint is such a liar.
I just lying.
Evil, dark-sided. And Chaco
I don't know.
believes you.
I know. I'm just like, I don't know why people think I'm mean.
Nobody said that.
The way you made us believe your name was Austin for 3 years. It didn't correct any of us.
That was his screen name. What do you mean correct?
Yeah, that was my
Yeah, well, I mean, he never said anything.
Why would I?
Because you're a bitch.
You are such a Scorpio. It's like actually like so insane. The Scorpios are such like, I'm not going to tell you my business, but you need to tell me all of yours because I'm curious. Like that's a Scorpio.
Nosy, not curious.
Why are you exposing me in my my program?
Thomas.
What?
I want to know like all these things you say about all the other things. What about Aries?
Aries.
Oh,
What's your take on Aries?
that's what I claim to be, but some people in this call think that I'm a Pisces, and it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay to be delusional.
Yeah.
Well, in tropical astrology, which I know no one cares about, especially actual astrologers, I'm an Aries sun, Leo moon, Cancer rising, and my feelings about Aries is they are. I call them the baby of the zodiac because they have very childlike natures about them. They're very childish about everything and also very hopeful. It's why I never got around to like actually successfully killing myself because I was too hopeful about it. I was too hopeful about the future, and that things would get better. Also, Aries placements are very short-tempered and also get overstimulated very easily, and they also tend to not really. They don't like to yell at people. People think that Aries are like these aggressive, like I'm ready to fight everyone, but no, they're more so like that towards themselves. They want to be perfect. They want to make sure everything's right. They also don't know how to finish anything. They know how to start shit, but they don't know how to finish it.
You're reading me like an open book. It's scary.
Yeah, it's the worst thing about Aries is that they have so many great ideas, but God, they sure hate the execution part of it. It's like,
yep,
it's really sad. But yeah, I love Aries, especially Aries risings.
I'm trying not to frown so bad.
Man, stop looking at yourself. Don't worry about it. Oh my God.
No, you fucking bitch.
Turn your fucking camera off. Right click and do turn camera.
No, because I'm not gonna let Thomas win.
Oh, okay.
On the topic of suicide, I think we talked.
My next.
I think we talked about this yesterday or a couple of days ago. I don't remember how we got to that topic, but Thomas, I couldn't do it because I was like, I have to go into work. Like, I can't disappoint my boss.
Can you imagine capitalism having you that hard by the balls that you're like, I need to stay alive because it's gonna inconvenience my work so badly?
Yeah.
Taco!
They're gonna show up at your funeral and say, "We have a shift, baby."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shout out to capitalism. We wouldn't have Choco without it.
I guess true.
Exactly. So you're welcome.
They're gonna show up to your funeral and be like, "Did you ask someone to cover your shift before you kill yourself?"
The thing that stopped me from killing myself twice was always just talking to someone, because I like self-isolate, and every time I do that, I know, like in my head, I'm like, oh, it's fine, like I can deal with my issues all alone. And I remember that day I called Jason and I was sobbing. Like, if he ever comes back on here, he can tell you guys, like, I couldn't even speak. I was like breathing, like, you know, the hyperventilating kind of shit you do.
I think that's just how you breathe.
And I was apologizing to him and he was like,
nasty,
you're
nasty.
Like,
but if you ever need to talk to, I'm right here. I will never judge you.
The way I don't think I've ever confided anything in Mint ever. Like,
because I don't know. Whenever people come to me with that shit, I'm like, I just don't know what to do. I just want to laugh at them.
Like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I never told you shit, man.
No.
Yeah.
No. But then, you know what's funny? When I'm on the other end, I get mad. People don't want to, like, when people don't help me, or not mad, but like.
That's the thing. I've asked you, like, I've genuinely worried about you sometimes from all the years I've known you. Where I'm like, Mint never tells me like how he's doing, if he's doing okay, and I don't.
Because I don't know.
It wasn't until Thomas showed up that your ass started talking about it. I don't understand. Like, what?
I don't know why.
Because I'm a Cancer rising.
You are Cancer, but
okay.
God.
Jesus.
No. Who said that? No. I don't know. I think it's just in general, like as like time moves on, I'm opening up more as I'm getting older. Because I'm
time to shut it down again. Stop opening up.
I don't know.
You don't even know what to say now, man. I hate you.
I don't know. I just don't like when people are like asking me to talk. I just want to like do it on my own, if that makes sense.
Great that you're on the podcast then.
Yeah, you've never volunteered. Like, that's why it's crazy to me.
Oh, because I'm here for the money.
Thomas said one thing to you when you were spilling the beans.
No. You know what
I just imagine Mint in like a torture chip. I'll never talk, and then we're like getting the big guns, and Thomas comes in, and Mint just breaks down immediately, starts spilling.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You did something.
You did.
My presence is polarizing for no reason.
Yeah, I told you that.
It's crazy.
Thomas, like you bring this energy out sometimes in people that is so. Like, some of the bitches that were in the Discord with us that never said a damn thing, all of a sudden had something to say because you were there. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. It's also... Yeah, I don't know. It's always been like that for me. But it's typically, like, thankfully, you guys aren't, like... Besides Matt, doesn't, like, throw strays at me. Where I'm like... They don't know what to do with this energy of like they don't, because people don't understand why it comes out while I'm near them, and so they just project it onto me and they throw it at me. So I'll catch people's like negativity, whatever they're going through, any of the stuff. Like I'll turn into people's punching bags, and I think that's what it is. I just bring people's issues out, and that's why I like being an astrologer and tarot reader, all that stuff, and doing this stuff on the side, because I do like to know what's wrong with people, and I do like to dissect them and understand why they act like that. So it's like a bit like a mutual bit, but then they hate that it comes out of them like that because they don't like to think about those things. They don't want to understand those things. Like that's why a lot of people either love me or they hate me, because a lot of people love healing and then a lot of people hate healing, because that means paying attention to them.
Your pain.
Some people love confrontation, other people don't. So that's why I always say, if you don't like me, it's probably because of you, not me.
I think that applies to everything though.
Like I do things that are wrong, but I'm pretty. I have a pretty good sense of self, and I'm a pretty interesting. Like I'm a good friend. I'm a good like person to be around. I'm great entertainment. So if you don't like me, it's definitely a you problem.
You're like,
that's what I tell people.
Great, I'm so funny, I'm so smart, I'm witty, dynamic, effervescent, ever changing, never the same.
Exactly.
You're writing a CV out here.
It's true. No, it's true.
Where do you keep this other persona? Like, I'm just curious.
See, like that's why all the bad bitches like me. Like you bad bitches know bad bitches, and that's just that.
Even if you don't,
and miserable bitches know miserable bitches. And I'm not a miserable bitch.
I remember when you were reading me.
Go on.
Okay, continue.
Breaking down.
You're gonna die. Okay, you remember when Thomas was reading you?
When you were reading me?
Yeah, I remember reading you. I recall.
And I think that's when I started like breaking down.
You broke down?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm fragile, but I break.
Okay.
If you're fragile,
yeah. See,
break.
I had a few Scorpio. I had a Scorpio friend named Trey back in the day, and I don't mind. His name's Trey Melvin. He was a big YouTuber for a while, and he stopped being my friend simply because of the same reason that Mint, like when I talk to Mint about his problems, he breaks down. I would bring that stuff out of Trey as well, and he didn't know what to do with it. So he thought I was like a problem in his life because I would expose these, not expose, but it's not even that I'm like doing it out of spite. I just talk about it. I'm like, I noticed this about you. So what is this about? And then it like literally triggered him. I don't realize, because I love when people talk about what I do wrong, because I like to fix myself and change it. So I don't think that everyone is not like I forget that not everyone's like that. So when I say like, why are you like that? And it's like, whoa, why am I like that? Why do I do that? What the fuck? And then the person hates me for it, especially when they're not ready to accept that. I'm like, okay. And then I just stopped being friends with him and a few other Scorpio, like the Jeffree Star's a Scorpio. When I brought up that he was extremely racist and he had like these really narcissistic tendencies to him, he didn't like that shit. And like, it is what it is. Like I'm here to help you grow and change and evolve. And that's what it was like with my ex, where I was like, I understand that you have all these issues about yourself. Let's fix them. Let's go to therapy. Let's work on it. And they didn't like that. And listen, I understand that not everyone's ready to hear that stuff, but if you're going to be in my life, then you have to be able to work on yourself, because I'm not going to put up with your bullshit. Like with my ex, I did.
What do you want?
Do you have any Scorpios that you like?
Yeah, and I noticed that I tend to like flock to people that I like to fix, because I'm a fixer-upper. I'm a people pleaser and a fixer. And I think that's my issue. I try to bring people to my level instead of looking for people that are already on my level.
Already on your level, yeah.
Do you have any Scorpios that you do like?
I like you, Matt.
Yeah, see? Matt, you have a friend here. One.
I like you, Matt, when you're not being so performative.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
You know what we mean. Don't worry.
Like how you're holding your face right now. You being performative.
Okay, but then you said you hate my fucking resting face.
Yeah, you can't do anything right, Matt. Just give up.
It was just an observation.
Performative as in like you're not allowing yourself to be, because you think that people are gonna reject who you actually are when no one's here to reject you. If anything, you should probably look at the other people in the Discord and know how much we actually do put up with. And you should be like, okay, I'm allowed to be myself, because they clearly don't care about these other people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So be yourself.
Man, I've said this so many times. I don't waste my time on people that I don't think are worth like investing my time into. Like, even if it's someone like, exactly. That's why me and Chuck were married, because I locked it down and I don't have to emotionally check in. There's no love there, and it was just something we're doing, you know.
That's good.
And tax benefits.
Tax benefits, I think,
and
crazy.
Green card, so you can easily move to Europe.
What's a green card?
It's like a card.
It's a card that's green. Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
They're really hard to get.
I hate gay people. Oh my god.
What? Where did that come from? Wait a minute. You could have just said you hate me.
The singularity that is homosexuality. Like, when are we going to talk about that? The hive mind.
The one brain cell that's being shared, just tossed around like a village.
It's just like a loop in our heads being like, well, yes.
A hamster. Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
See, Chaco gets it. Chaco gets it.
Well, no.
Look at my.
What is that?
You can see Moki.
Is that the dog that was pissing and shitting everywhere in your room?
No, Moki doesn't do that. It's my brother's dogs that do that.
Period.
Moki is really, I don't want to say clean, because she does shit outside of the room sometimes when she didn't take her out. But she doesn't like when the other dogs come in here and they like pee on my stuff. Like, I had a fan, I told Chaco, I had a Dyson tower fan, cost me like $200. And my brother's dog pissed all over the fucking bottom of it. And I remember I got home from work and I was so mad when I saw it. And it didn't work anymore. And I told my brother, and he just didn't give me shit for it. Bitch, I was fucking furious.
Why didn't you close your door?
I do, but like, because like we're Latino, Mint can attest to this. Like, my parents, my brothers, everyone would just come into my room. Like, you don't have privacy. And if they're letting my dog out, they'll just leave the door open, and then the rest of the dogs come in here anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. I used to put Moki in her kennel, because I bought her like a little kennel thing, a cage. And my mom got mad at me because she's like, why are you leaving her in there all day? I'm like, because like, I'm going to take her out when I get home. I don't want you guys to like complain that she's pooping or peeing all over the place, right? Because dogs will be fine if you leave them for like 8 hours in the kennel. But she didn't like it. So then she takes her out, but then she won't like take her out. I'm not getting into this right now. Listen, I have a weird home life, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling you to kill your family.
I should, yeah. And if I kill my family,
I felt like hands.
Oh, speaking of like hands, I've been seeing shit out of the corner of my eye, you guys. Like shadows and stuff.
Schizophrenia.
Maybe.
Turn on the light then.
No,
get rid of them shadows.
You don't get it. It's like, people or
I know what you mean.
moving, and that's never happened to me before, and I was like freaking out, and I googled it on Reddit. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I saw though. I googled it on Reddit.
Reddit's not the best
Do you have
source.
any tips for that? Why not?
Do you have any tips for what, Mint?
I was gonna ask Thomas if she has any tips on like for you.
Is
your
that
situation?
For what?
You just banish them. You literally just banish them.
You're being haunted, girl.
You literally just raise your voice. You're not welcome here. Get out, and you open your window.
Here.
Moki about to leave the room.
Okay, I'll leave.
After you said that.
He is welcome here.
I just felt the shiver, but it was just a fart.
Unless it's like a demonic presence, and that's a whole other story. But you would know if it was like a demonic presence.
I keep telling you, I want to like summon it. I watched a 4-hour video on Hereditary, and it was basically a how-to step on how to summon Paimon the demon. And I'm very interested in doing that, Thomas. We just need to find a sacrifice.
Please. Let's not.
I was like, don't joke about it.
I hate the people that like try to like conjure. I get it, but like, do you really need to be doing all that? No, you don't.
Well, yeah.
What's good about summoning a demon, actually? Like, what do you gain?
You make another friend?
I mean, for revenge. Like, if you're like wanting to put revenge on someone, like I've thought about it, but like I've never actually done it. I've just done black magic on people that I feel like deserve it.
You're like, I haven't really dabbled into anything, but I have done black magic.
No, I dabble. No, I definitely dabble. But I'm not
You're like, it's only
conjuring
dabbling.
demons.
I just did a voodoo doll.
Oh, I haven't done voodoo. I can't do voodoo. That's close practice.
Is that real? Does that actually work?
It's a practice, man. It's a spiritual.
It's a spiritual practice. It's a close practice. Yeah, it's a very respectable, and it's not all bad or negative. People that I don't know if we're trying to get serious, but people have like this. Like, it's not, I'm not calling it racist, but like there's a lot of people have a racist view on voodoo because it's not, it's in black culture. And so
the way it's been presented.
So it's like assumed that all voodoo is like evil, bad, but it's not. Like, it's really not. It's just another close practice, the same way that brujeria is its own practice, and like doing limpia and stuff. It's something. Brujeria?
That's how you say it.
Could you say it for us, man?
No. Rather not.
Like people that do limpia, like I would never do limpia on myself, even though
what is that?
It's the egg cleanse.
Oh yeah, my mom does that.
You're like, what's limpia? Like when that's
limpia. I'm so
that's
stupid.
what
Limpia.
Hours.
It's because we call it
limpia.
Limpia, yeah, like with the egg, like in sana.
Yeah, like clean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my ex would do that on me all the time, but sometimes I'm like, when my ex would do stuff on me, I feel like he was just trying to curse me.
I feel like you're talking about your ex a lot.
That's all I do. I either talk about my first ex or my second ex. It's my only personality trait right now.
I don't have any.
I don't have exes. I have that I care about.
If you did have exes, you'd be the one that like traumatized them. You are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told my friend the other day. I told him. No, you know what? I told my friend the other day that I need to get someone dumb so I can like manipulate them.
That's gonna be difficult.
You are a Scorpio. This is insane. I
can't help it. I'm sorry.
You can't help it. You're actively seeking this out. Just do the opposite.
That's why I have to lure them in by acting dumb.
It's not gonna be.
Actually,
I could tell you that much.
Yeah, because I'm usually very smart. And I'm
usually,
like,
you spent $600 on a Lana Del Rey ticket without transportation or a place to stay.
No plan.
Did you go?
This hasn't happened yet.
It's in October.
I think.
Okay, Thomas, you didn't have to go that far.
I think the funny thing is that even after
you come back up a little bit,
several people told Mint, "Don't get an Airbnb." What did he go and do?
Airbnb.
Oh no.
Airbnb.
Bro,
the most expensive option.
It's never been worse for Airbnb. It's never been worse. I'm telling you.
Now, did you use a coupon? Did you find a coupon anywhere?
I used my credit card points.
Bitch, you're gonna get hit with a $200 cleaning charge. I'm telling you.
They love doing that.
Oh, I did.
Like I remember staying at an Airbnb like a few years ago, and they were like, "This place looks like a fucking mess." Meanwhile, I cleaned it with the people I was staying with. Like, we got our own cleaning supplies. We went to the grocery store. Like, we wiped down the counters, all that stuff. And I was like, and I had to dispute it with Airbnb. Like, look at, because I know I'm crazy. I record everything. So I recorded us cleaning. I sent it to Airbnb, and they're like, okay, we're not going to charge you. But that still to this day pissed me off so bad, because I'm like, bitch, how dare you try to charge me $200 when we sat on our hands and our knees cleaning, scrubbing the floors so we wouldn't get this damn charge.
Wait, speaking of like crazy shit, guys, I have this thing, and I think maybe Choco, I don't know about Mint, but like sometimes I'll look at the clock and I'll be like, oh, it's 4:45 right now. So in case somebody gets murdered in my family, I know where I was. You guys like have those kind of thoughts?
Yes.
Or like when I'm driving, I'll see a car and I'm like, oh, I'll remember this license plate, because if something happens, like because this person's driving crazy or something, it's like I'm gonna remember this so I could tell the police what I saw.
Yes, Gurm, I have the
Thomas,
thought.
you think I'm crazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Well, I think about how I'm gonna die. Like, I sometimes think about, oh, someone could just walk into my room and just shoot me in the head.
Yes, I do that too. Yeah.
And then while I'm at work, I think about like an active shooter could just show up at any point.
Yeah.
And I've thought about, while I'm at work, I'm like, this is gonna be my escape route. This is how I'm gonna protect myself if a shooter does come in. Like, if there's like a crazy person that wants to rob us with a gun, like this is all the steps. And it's crazy that I have to do that, but you know,
you don't have
America.
To. I think it's just
yeah, I could just be a victim.
We do, you know.
But I think it's like you kind of have to right now, and like the way that the world is, or at least America is.
No, I guess you're right. Like,
plus where you live, girl. Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. I work like in, it's like a country, basically. It's country. It's all country where I work. It's like 40 minutes away from me, like by the border of Wisconsin. So it's just a bunch of country bumpkins going in there. And they even warned me before I started. They're like, you might get crackheads in there. And I'm like, oh. But I know how to deal with crackheads, because when I worked at my other job, I would also get people that would come in and they were like on drugs or drunk. So you're just kind of supposed to let them do what they want. Or they could stab you.
Yeah, I live, or my work is right next to a bridge where a bunch of homeless people are. And I'm not here to judge homeless people, like, but a lot of the homeless people in my area are unfortunately homeless because of severe drug addiction. Like, we have like a huge meth and heroin epidemic in my area. And so we've had people come in that are clearly like high out of their mind. And just like trying to talk to us, trying to shop for things, asking for our trash. Like, it's actually, and you just kind of have to like entertain it, because you don't know. And it's unfortunate, because I don't want to be the one to judge someone under a severe addiction, but also like, I know when someone's on meth, especially, they can be very hostile and unpredictable. Yeah. So it's like, you kind of have to like kind of kiss their ass almost and be like, entertain them, and then just gently direct them out of the store and away from people, because it just makes people uncomfortable.
Mm.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all could be addicted to one drug, what would it be?
Life.
Well, I've already been addicted to one drug, and that was actually 2 drugs. No, 3.
I think I'd take sleeping pills just so I can
get a good. Can you get a sleeping pill addiction? Is that?
Yes, I was addicted to sleeping pills when I was a teenager.
I just want to sleep well again, man.
Just get drunk.
There was one point where I would build up my tolerance to sleeping pills, and I would be taking like 8 in one night, 10. I don't know how I'm alive. And then later, I got addicted to alcohol, then other substances, Adderall.
Can I just say that I think not being able to sleep, guys, there was one night where I couldn't sleep, like just couldn't fall asleep, right? It was horrible. I would get like it was like edge was sleeping me. Sleep was edging me. Like I would almost fall asleep.
Huh?
Yeah. And then I wouldn't, like I would wake up because it was like my body realized I was falling asleep, and then it would wake me up. It was horrible. That's only happened to me once in my life, and I wanted to kill myself.
Do you have anxiety?
Maybe.
Do you ever go? Do you ever leave your house?
That was once, and I hated it.
Wait, what?
Do I ever leave my house and what?
Do you ever leave your house and like you have a voice in your head saying they're all gonna laugh at you?
Yeah, when I
That's
was
anxiety.
in high school.
Oh.
When I got to college, that went away.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
I have a voice that says they're gonna call you fat.
That I
That's
had
just
also
me.
up until college, but like I was in orchestra, so we would perform obviously in front of a bunch of people. So I got over.
Oh, you're one of those?
Yeah, I got over people. I got over me thinking people were like looking or thinking, about me pretty quickly.
Because they're really not.
So, yeah, nobody cares. But then, yeah, once I left high school, like I had the like, oh, people are gonna call me fat. And then like I grew up and I'm like, who fucking cares? Like, of course you're fat. Like, what does it matter? Like, what is a secret? That's why I don't understand why like being called fat is an insult. Because like, yeah, girl, it's not like news. Like if a fat person.
Well, you come to terms with being fat. There's a lot of people that just would rather not eat than be fat.
I never really struggled with being fat.
Like, you guys aren't fat. You just don't want to be fat.
No.
That's not the same thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
You.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about
such a way with words.
Listen, I'm gonna talk. I have a solo, and I keep saying it. I have a solo podcast talking about like growing up fat and being fat. And one of the things that used to be really weird to me, and maybe you guys can like talk about it. It's how when you have friends, they get comfortable around you, right? And they'll say stuff about fat people that you kind of side eye as a fat person. But when it's you, because they know you, it's like, well, like you don't think of me that way, so why do you think of this person, right?
It's
like,
kind of like like same thing with like race,
I hate
or
when
like
say that.
sexuality, in a way,
what
right?
do you mean?
Like, let's say instead of them making fun of fat people, they're making fun of like Hispanics, and they're like, "Oh, you're just different. You're not like that." If that makes sense.
Like an example is like I had a friend one time talking about this person that they didn't like, and they were talking about them saying all this mean stuff, and then they were like, "Oh, and then they're fat too," and it's like what do you mean and too? Like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, and I say this a lot, and people can like get mad, but I don't think a lot of people see fat people as fat people unless they know them. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, I think his name's Louis Theroux documentary, like about racism, how there was this guy who was literally like a KKK member, but his neighbor was Mexican, and they were like best friends. Because even though he was Mexican, because he knew him and like they hung around and he like they did stuff together, he could ignore the fact that he was Mexican because he realized it was a person, right? And I feel like that's how a lot of people are with fat people.
He was like, "I can fix them."
Yeah, I think
I love all my fat sisters and brothers and in-betweeners.
Shout out to the fatties.
Thomas is like, I'm not gonna say nothing about nothing here.
I just don't like it when I'm fat.
Start being rail thin.
What?
Since when were you rail thin?
When was I real thin?
Rail thin?
Rail.
You chopping it up?
When was I real thin? Elementary school.
No, Chaco, meant to saying you lost weight without saying you lost weight.
Oh, first of all, how dare you?
Did you not lose weight?
That's a compliment.
Yeah, I did, because I've only been eating once a day the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
Oh, I started.
Not good. But we're gonna ignore this eating disorder.
Yeah.
I'm eating this order, mama.
Exactly. You get it.
We should have an episode talking about, because I used to be fat and then I got an eating disorder. So we should do a podcast about that.
Yeah. I mean, I have no.
I don't think I had an eating disorder. I just ate once. Is that an eating disorder?
Like in your life?
No, like
what?
I used to eat like once a day.
No, I mean, if you're eating disorder is more so like you're actively like for me, like right now, I know that I still have an eating disorder because I'm like, I'm not eating today until 6 p.m.
But I mean,
because I need to lose weight.
You can call that fasting too, because I do that right now. Like I want to lose weight.
I mean, we could call it fasting, but deep down, I know that I'm doing this because if I get any bigger, I'm going to like have a mental breakdown, and that's more of an eating disorder than like fasting because I'm not doing it for health. I'm healthy. Like I have my blood pressure is fine, everything's fine about me. But if I get any bigger, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I told myself if I get back down to 160, because I'm 6'5", so 160 is technically underweight, but it's like we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, for you it looks good. It's what you want to look like.
Yeah, I want to look like how I looked in 2020 when I was 160 and I was kind of like looking a little malnourished, but I was eating. I was just,
you miss your twink arrow.
Like I'm more like a, I guess I'm more like a, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
No, say it. You have to say it. If you
I was gonna say twunk, but I'm not muscular like that. Like it's not twunk energy. It's like
no.
It's like thicker twink. I don't know how to explain it. Because I'm not fat. I'm not fat and I'm not chubby either. So it's like
I didn't say that.
What am I?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still a twink.
I don't know if there's other fatties in the Discord that wouldn't mind talking about it, honestly.
Edge?
I don't know if Edge has come to terms with a lot of stuff that's going on in his life. I have never. That person, Edge, if you're listening, please go to therapy. Edge, I love you to death, but I'm getting really frustrated with you. And it's not just you. Like, I get frustrated with people in general when they, not if they don't want to better themselves, but when they're actively like seeking out people to talk to without the intention. It's like Thomas said earlier, right? The people that come get a tarot reading and then make no intention of actually changing. They just kind of want to hear what they think they need to hear. And it's like, what does that do for you?
Like validation.
Right. Yeah, basically. It's like you want.
Well, I don't validate anyone. Like I've had people. I had this one client that, and they were a Pisces. They would keep coming back to me, and at one point I was like, I can't keep giving you readings because you're not listening to me, and I'm just going to say the same thing over and over again. Save your money. That's the last thing I told them, and they're like, oh, okay. I was like, girl, like, I'm not doing this with you. Like, thank you for trusting me to give you the same thing over and over again, but nothing's changed. I promise. Nothing has changed. Your spirit guides don't have anything new to tell you. It's the same thing. You're not changing. It's if you're not willing to do the work, then spirituality maybe isn't for you. Because spirituality is about action and work. Yeah. I mean, everything in life is, but spirituality especially, because like self-help and going on like a journey of self-discovery and understanding yourself requires a lot of things that I guess general public people cannot fathom. Ignorance is bliss. It is.
Do you like the movie Spirit?
Is that the one with the horse?
Yeah.
Why did you
I actually drew a picture.
I have
a childhood picture. I have a childhood picture that I drew of the horse from Spirit.
Oh, I wish I could see that.
Oh my god, I'm psychic.
You're something.
I have something.
We should. I think you need to go to Planned Parenthood for that.
If you have something, you should be taking prep.
Please take prep.
I never took.
Can we not talk about this?
Let's take prep. Everyone that's listening as well. I know there's a lot of
everyone's
LGBTQ
taking it. I think everyone on this call is taking it. Even Choco.
Oh. It gives you brittle bones, so be careful.
Yeah, you can be male, female, non-binary, whatever. Take prep because HIV is.
My favorite thing that I read is Taylor Swift is on prep. I don't know why that tickled me.
That tickled you? I hate that you just said that. That just tickled me. That was very white woman of you.
Well.
Oh, that just tickled me.
Speaking of white women, I was going to talk about... Thomas, are you familiar with the Dove chocolate wrappers? Choco Mint?
What?
No.
Oh my god. So for anyone that's not in the US, I think maybe Europe does have them. Dove makes these little chocolate like squares.
Oh yeah.
And like they have inspirational white woman messages, and I love them.
Yes.
Yes, I absolutely.
A guy bought me some for Valentine's Day this year.
Yes.
And never mind. I don't want him to listen to this, and
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna find this.
I'm gonna tweet it. And he follows me on Twitter, so.
Well, listen, Dove chocolate is.
And he's obsessed with me, so.
Go out and buy one for. No, okay. Now you have to say it. The rule is, if you say it on the podcast, you have to say it. You can't.
Okay, well, I didn't eat them. I threw them away. Because I don't want to get fat. We're circling back to the fat thing.
I'm sick.
You could have given it to someone else.
Also, I'm vegan now, so it's like, and that was at the beginning of me like moving to veganism, and so like there's milk in those chocolates, so I'm not. And plus, they're really bad for you. And when I do eat candy, I just want like the Sour Patch Kid type candy. Like I don't want chocolate. Like chocolate's too sweet to me.
I hate sour candy. I fucking hate it.
By Lady Gaga featuring Blackpink.
No, I love the song. I just don't like candy.
Okay. Why? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's just childish.
Kill
like grow up.
Oh my god!
Ketchup, like, you're not 12.
The fuck am I gonna dip my fries in?
Ranch.
Ranch? That's arguably okay. This is insane.
Ooh.
Do not raise your voice at me.
There's something nasty about you, man. I just know you're into like. You have dingleberries.
You know what? Oh
ass.
my god, Garm, you just light bulb in my head. You know that person, that streamer that I think takes like 5 fists up his butt?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Mint gives me that same energy.
Oh. Mint, are you into fisting? We can ask.
No, I'm my hymen is still intact. So.
Okay. So you don't know.
No, your hymen be saying hi to Mint. Let's just keep that very clear. Can I ask you a genuine question, but it might be a little too personal? Choco, you too.
Yeah.
Thomas, you don't count because, well, me and you have kind of had weird upbringings, but because I assume you both are not very sexually active, do you ever worry about like finding about the things that you enjoy sexually? Like, do you ever worry about not figuring it out, or like is that weird to you at all? Because like.
What do you mean?
Because it took me from 18 until now to figure out like the things I really, really like sexually. Like, you can watch all the porn you want in the world, right? But until you actually do something, you're never gonna know, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, do you guys ever get like, does it worry you or?
No, I mean, I've been celibate for a month, so I don't know.
Not really worry, more like, oh, like I enjoy reading about this, but when I do it with a partner, what if I don't like it? Like, it's not really worry. It's more like a thought, and then I'm like, I'll figure it out when it happens.
When it happens.
I'm still stuck on the fact that I had a boyfriend.
I love trying anything.
Yeah, literally. But
yeah, like how are you gonna know if you like it or not if you don't try it?
Try it. Yeah. I mean, there's some things like shit play. If you're into shit, first of all, if you're into shit and you hear this, contact me because I need to talk to somebody who has a shit fetish. Because I want to understand it. I don't understand. Like,
can I DM you then?
If you want, yeah, we can talk about it now. Like, I want to talk to someone that has it and is unapologetic about it because I just don't understand it. That's like one of the
what's the craziest, everyone here? What's the craziest thing sexually that you've done?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, we'll do alphabetical order. Chocolate.
Like kink, whatever.
I haven't done anything.
I don't know if it counts as a king, but one time I went out into the woods with this guy and we did stuff out there.
That's baseline.
So yeah,
it wasn't baseline for me at the time, and it was weird because he wanted to take me into his grandmother's house and do stuff in there, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do stuff with your granny in the house. And so
he's like the couch of the ashes.
The plastic on the sofa is just
that's what I was
noises.
Thinking. I was like,
with the Jesus cross above, like
the Jesus
like somewhere in there,
down and impaling me, like
yeah.
What about you, Thomas?
Well,
there's now I'm stressed out now because I'm like, wait.
Everyone answered except for you.
Okay, so there's okay. So I've done cucking.
Oh.
But I don't think that's the craziest thing I've done.
What is that?
And
again?
It's where I've been in a situation where I was having sex and my partner was watching.
Oh, so
Yeah.
And then
I knew that. I just wanted you to say it.
And then I was the cuck at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which one?
And then
more?
Both.
Oh.
It's just fun. I don't know. Anyway, and then.
But wait, are they just sitting there, or are they like?
Well, there was one time where. Oh my god, this is so gaggy. Okay, I had we had run on Grindr, and I. Oh, I know you're well familiar. Don't worry.
I'm a mod in there.
Why am I blushing? Like.
Good thing you're on your camera, bitch.
So a guy came over, and oh god, he was so hot, and he had like anyway, and it was me getting the business, and
your boyfriend.
My ex was just like, this was when I was living in Austin, Texas. No, my ex, we had a 2-story house, so my ex was like on the second floor that you could see over the living room. And I was in the living room with them. And so my ex was just up there. And the guy consented to all this, by the way.
Yeah.
You made it sign an NDA.
We recorded it and put it on OnlyFans.
Oh, I never tapped into your OnlyFans, but
okay, you don't need to.
Yeah, I was like,
but
is it still up?
No, because it's with my ex, so I took that stuff down because I didn't want to have any of my
What was the idea? Was it yours or like both?
It was mostly for my fantasies.
Oh.
I also there was things that I consented to, and then there was things that I did like. The reason why my ex is confused because he thinks that because I consented to things once or twice means that he could do it. He could do it all the time.
Yeah, without
And like I tried an open relationship with him at one point for like 3 months. I wasn't really comfortable with that. I just liked that. I preferred that it was just like both of us involved. If we did like a third or a fourth, sometimes fifth, and it was just like, oh my god, 2020 for me was like I was a hoe. I was a whore.
I really get one.
Well, I was really skinny. I was like obsessed, like, because when you lose weight, like a lot of weight, and then I guess, God, I'm really getting candid. When you lose a lot of weight, especially around your crotch area, it gets bigger because there's less fat there.
Wait,
so I was like,
bigger?
You're a dick. Well, you don't get this because you've always been skinny.
Well, maybe I lose more weight now.
It's like
it's like, okay, so in your crotch area, you get fat there. You can get a lot of fat like right there in like your little fupa crotch area. And so it'll make your penis look smaller. Like, so bigger men typically look like they have smaller dicks, but it's just because it's being covered halfway by fat.
You're saying you're the one who asked for the explanation.
Yeah. For sure.
And so as I got skinnier and skinnier, it just got skinny. And I was just like, yes, let me show this off.
Yes, that's good though. Like, that's exploring yourself. That's getting to know your.
But my OnlyFans was very artsy. Like I wanted to keep it artsy because I was like, if I want to do this, and I made so much money off of it, and I had so much fun. Like 2020 was like my sexual freedom era, and I really enjoyed it.
This is during 2020.
Yeah.
So you were super spreader.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was during the pandemic, so I made sure to not get anyone tested. I made sure to never wear a mask. Yeah.
I love that for you.
No, everyone had to have like a COVID test that was negative. I went through
everyone. Calm down.
Negative.
That doesn't seem that crazy to me though. Like cucking, I think is pretty.
No, there's crazier, but I won't be sharing that.
That's fair.
Live on the air.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Wait, so
like
you've just never done nothing? Nobody?
I've had people like physically harm me in the midst of like cut me in the back. Oh. Yeah, sexually, like cut me in the back, like choke me until I was almost passed out.
They chopping it up.
Like anything that's like I guess sadistic. I really enjoy.
Yeah,
Sadism, yeah, and I like the feeling of pain. So like I have a really high pain tolerance.
Oh, see, I don't like that. You need to be telling me I'm like doing a good job or I'll cry.
I don't like it. I don't like. Why are we talking? Why are we saying, "Do you like it?" And no shit, that's why I'm here. Like, I don't need you to.
No.
Like,
If they ask like, "Do you like it? Are you okay?" I hate that.
I hate that.
I'm talking about.
What if I said no? What if I just left?
Exactly. Like it's time to go. You haven't.
No, sometimes I prefer that because I've had a top just go in dry once. I was like,
we can't
okay.
talk about this with Choco and Mint because they're like virgins. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't understand this stuff. So
I can't wait for men to get that Scorpio modesty out of the way because like Pisces are the sluts, but Scorpio can be a slut eventually, and they just have to like stop being so like shy.
Here's the thing, I'm not.
Wait, Choco, are you just like not interested in until you meet a partner that you really want to do that stuff with, or what?
Yeah.
Choco was just shocked by all of this.
Yeah, I know.
For me, it's something like, because Gurm, the way you tell me stuff, you basically go and hook up with people.
I used to.
Yeah, and I just can't do that. For me, there needs to be an emotion, a deep emotional connection.
That's what happened to me, and I hate it.
Deep.
Because
that's fine. No, but I wanted so.
Because Choco, that like before I would be able to go and hook up with people, and it would be fine, right? It would be fun. And then I remember the last time before I hooked up with, because I've done 2 hookups in the last year. And this is like because I don't want to. But before that, my last hookup, I've told you guys this story. After I went to that guy's house, I got into my car and I just started crying. Because it was like, I didn't have that. No, it's funny as hell. Like looking back at it, bitch, I was like in the trenches. I was like, man, like I didn't enjoy that at all. Like it didn't feel the same. And it was because I had just been through like the worst emotional like thing to me, right, in my life. And the thing that had triggered that was being in love, and now without that like emotional part of it, couldn't do it. I can't do it now. Like it's now, like I need that. If it doesn't have that, I don't think I want it. It's really fucking weird, man.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
Did you guys ever do stuff with like coworkers?
Yes.
My first relationship was with a coworker.
Well, my coworkers were influencers, so yes.
Okay, what? Have you ever had any like other jobs?
No.
Okay, what about you, girl?
Yeah, like I'm telling you, my first job was when I was 18, and that's when I got into my first relationship, which was a 32-year-old man who had a boyfriend, and he told me he was gonna leave his boyfriend so that he could be with me, and I believed him.
Oh.
We did stuff like the first time we were fooled around. It was because I was a carpet cleaner, so sometimes we would get like houses to ourselves. And the first time I ever did anything with anyone, it was with him, and it was in an abandoned house.
That's kind of hot.
Oh.
Yeah. Not that it's hot.
What about you, Choco?
That relationship was toxic.
Choco is just still in awe and shock.
One more thing. If you're 18 years old and a 30-year-old person is interested in you,
the answer is no.
Stop immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm 31 right now, and I can't imagine myself being even with Mint. Like,
hold on.
So strange.
I can't. It's you know what's
so
weird? It's like
weird.
I can't even like. I'm literally think of like 18-year-olds as kids and 19-year-olds, and I'm just 20, and I'm turning 21 this year. As it's fucking like weird. I
wait,
remember
everyone hold this thought. I have to BRB for like 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or talk without me, BRB.
Okay, so Mint, you were saying you find it weird how when you're 18, or you find it weird.
Oh yeah. What was I saying?
You find it weird that 18 or 19-year-olds for you are young.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That was the thought.
Why is this shooting itself right now? This is so unlucky.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up probably because Mint's internet is dying. Do we have any closing thoughts? Any closing arguments?
Tell us where they can find you.
Thomas? Wait, Thomas, do you want to tell us like what you're gonna be doing soon?
Oh yeah, I want to be streaming on Twitch soon. My first stream is gonna be probably already happened by the time this goes up because Graham is very slow editing.
It's coming on Friday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be already streamed.
That's not slow bits, that's the schedule.
Oh. So I'm streaming this Thursday, but it's already happened, so you can watch my VOD if you'd like. At twitch.tv/ThomasHalbert, and then I will be posting again on my main channel soon. It's just Google me, ThomasHalbert. There you go. It's that simple.
These guys are so disassociated. Like, see, this is the problem, Thomas. You walked away for 2 minutes. It's over. The attention is gone. Like it. Okay, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Pop will be back hopefully next week.
Bye.
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 Bye.